Welcome to the Otaku Bubble Talk Show. And now your hosts, Aaron and Colin.
Oh, hi, hello. Welcome to the Otaku Bubble Talk Show. I'm your host, Aaron. Colin's not here this weekend, but wait, what's that sound? I think I hear something.
Here comes the challenger!
What was that?
So we're gonna just like beat Aaron all day long.
Is this a
Got two health bars to show up with 2 health bars on one side and the one for Aaron.
I'd like to think of myself as the final boss. Alright, so if you couldn't tell, Colin's not here this weekend
Aaron
because...
killed him and put him in ditch.
I killed him and put him in a ditch.
Like 3 more.
So, I'm gonna have you two introduce yourselves to the panel as I close the door so that the audio doesn't travel like shit.
I'm just saying, I like Gundams and video games.
I'm ex-Saber Master in 17.
He loves putting Populi on his Figmas, just
Okay,
all over.
So we talked about you guys individually on the podcast. Like whenever Gundam comes up, you come out obviously, and then Eugen got his fair share when we spent like an entire podcast talking about Anime North.
So
Sure. All I did was walk
Haku
around.
Adventures, got it.
Yeah, Haku Adventures.
My name's Eugene. Yeah.
And I'm a Haku.
And I'm doing, actually, I'm
All right.
Nothing saved my life more than
So, Jets, what have you been doing this week? Let's go Jisang first.
Okay, through totally legitimate downloads, I've been playing through. Hey man, I've been playing through Legend of Zelda. I've finished Wind Waker.
Which one?
Just to test out the Wii, I've played Wind Waker, and I decided to just go through and finish it. It's really fun.
Have you ever played like the...
Wind Waker is probably my favorite.
Wind
Legend of
Waker
Zelda?
is so good. Tetra, man.
Tetra is the best.
Tetra's the best.
Have you ever like the first edition of Zelda? I tried, I couldn't get past the first
first
map. I couldn't find the exit. I was like,
I
was supposed to go in
Okay, how many Zeldas have you played? Because I played Ocarina, Majora, Wind Waker, and I've tried Skyward Sword.
So I've finished. Do we count handhelds too?
Yeah, sure. Those count.
Ocarina. I just finished it like last week. Ocarina, Wind Waker, Minish Cap, Phantom Hourglass, and that's it.
Okay. So you didn't get the greatest Zelda game, Spirit Tracks.
Huh? Yeah, it's Spirit Tracks. It has no brakes. Choo choo. Alright,
Okay.
enthusiast.
Alright, so what do you like? Okay, so the way we do it is that we just talk about it, and then I just tell you like, okay, well, what are your final thoughts? Do you have any final thoughts? Or are you still going through it kind of? Like, just what are your impressions?
Wind Waker has, like, obviously, it's gonna sound like a broken record, but I love the art style and just Link itself, because he looks like he deserves to be in a special school bus, but then, I don't know.
I think
I'm pretty fine with that.
But, like, the fact that he's so dumb and retarded just makes him more charming when he actually saves the day.
Yeah, I think after Skyward Sword, Link, like, that's my favorite Link design, is Wind Waker Link. Because, it looks so toony and cartoony.
I know. And, Ocarina, I'll say this, like, I love the adventure, but, like, I don't know, it feels like the most vanilla?
Yeah, Ocarina is very...
If that makes any sense.
It's the iconic one.
Yeah.
And then that's why they did Majora like a year later, because like...
I started Majora. Fuck that Skull Kid.
Fuck Skull Kid, yeah, fuck Skull Kid.
Great, I love Majora's, the mask design though.
Yeah.
Love the design of the mask, but fuck that kid.
Fuck that Skull Kid.
Anything
else you've been doing?
Crying as I tear through as I watch the Berserk anime.
Okay, so I brought up Berserk anime quite a bit on the podcast.
Wait,
and
who's actually caught up on it?
I'm not caught up. I've started though. Here's the thing though. What I've said though is that this is the best we're gonna get. So I'm trying to enjoy it with as much as I can.
I don't know. The third movie was pretty good though.
No, yeah, but like the new series, I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can. But it's hard.
Serpico's still the best.
Serpico's obviously the best.
Izuku's been pretty cool so far.
Did Farnese get it by that rape horse?
Barely, dude. Barely. Like all rape horse did is just lick her. That's all he did. I'm like, god damn it. Not even attempts.
No.
Wait. Do you have any like statutes of limitations? Do you have any statutes of limitations? Like, how low can I go for this podcast? Because I can go pretty low.
But in terms of like grimy,
yeah.
we swear all the time. And okay, for context, our third episode title is called "Setsuna Came in My Mouth, Priority Transferred."
Dude, like when he's piloting a machine like Exia, like you always have to expect something like that.
And the podcast, like the 11th episode of the podcast is called "The Opie Frontier."
Okay, so pretty much all Rayforce did was just lick her, and then Guts just obviously killed him and killed him. I'm like, that's barely anything.
They could have had more tension in that. You're right.
I know, like he didn't even go through for the insertion.
Search. Yeah.
You don't even see it, man.
You don't even.
At least in the manga, you can see an outline of it. You know.
Oh, that was a good outline. I have to admit.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think he.
At least, but I'm not gonna lie. The saving grace of that episode is the moment where Farnese took the what is it, claw thing.
Yeah.
And tries to choke Guts and convinces Guts to rip her in two. That was pretty great.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Serpico's still the best. Mogus, man. Wait, was it Mosgus? I always forget.
I forget. Have we gotten to Shirk yet? That's the real question.
No! I want the Berserker armor. That's all I want.
Berserk armor and Shirk. Shirk's my wife.
Oh, Aaron, hold up on there. I know I've said many things, but you know, the lolly. We need to stop right there.
But you're so cute.
Colin's not here.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Colin. That's true.
This is another demographic you're dealing with.
Okay, no. See, here's the thing: is that I chastise Colin constantly for his lolly fetish.
Dude,
But Shirk is like the exception to Shirk and Barney's are like the exceptions to the rule.
Okay, so that's a police officer, but she's an exception, sir.
She lives in the spirit realm, so she's like over 50 years old.
It's an exception.
All right. So,
Okay.
Let's see what
So
else.
alright, so are you enjoying Berserk 2016?
Well,
Like, are you enjoying it for what it is? Because that's what I'm trying. That's the mentality I'm trying to go with. Going through
any
this.
parts with Guts is obviously awesome. Where Guts just.
Because it always just involves him murdering
I
someone.
know, like, dude, like, come on. But everything else is just fine. Cause like the thing with like all of these manga adaptations, where it's so obvious they're trying to like really get down the manga version.
Yeah.
It's like they burn through lines so fast. Same with JoJo. You know how in some parts, like
I haven't
JoJo, they just burn through.
I haven't started watching the TV series.
Okay, so basically in
I
the show,
finished Phantom Blood and Battle Tennis.
Yeah, in Fanblood, you know there's some.
Yeah, I know.
Burn through
But
dialogue,
like
right?
literally, they spent like a montage with Arena
Exactly,
and
like-
Joestar.
Yeah, like they just burn through the dialogues. It's just the same thing happens in Berserk, the show.
Okay.
So that makes it very.
Yeah,
short.
I remember.
Different. It's more dry.
But like, honestly, skip the first episode and just forget that even exists, and maybe start in the second or third.
Or you could just watch the 1996 one. I mean,
Because
I got the-
put your grasses on, nothing will
I
be
don't,
wrong.
the 1996 one was still pretty.
I love the
I
1996
liked
one.
it, but
For all of its PowerPoint presentation slides, it's still solid.
Yeah,
It's still a solid show.
but it's not as good as something like we have today because the quality.
obviously.
I just want-
But we can't hold it to the
I'm
same
not, talking
standard.
about, I'm not talking about animation stuff, but like the way it's directed and everything. You know,
It's like that show.
It's good, but it's not-
so obvious where they cut corners. So
Yeah.
But for what it is, it's still fine because they adapted what they had pretty well.
yeah.
Except for the first episode. First episode was really rushed.
Mhm.
But like, man, I just kind of wish they JoJo'd it and
Yeah.
just like took the time and just like spent all their money and just like even if it was just PowerPoint slides, just have the fantastic Mura as those 2-page Mura
Exactly. 'Cause
illustrations.
Mura's artwork is freaking amazing, and like
Like
they don't do this good service.
like oh man, like for example the biggest one is, have you seen episode 2?
Yeah, I've seen episode 2. I've seen up to episode 2.
Remember the scene where Guts just cleaves through all the guys and just charges through
Yes.
tornadoes, right? In the show, it just looks like the most flat and boring thing ever. But if you actually go back to the manga, it's so much deeper. Though they like Guts has this whole shadow over his face, and you just see the eye. That was so.
Okay, another thing that kind of bothers me about this story is that they start with like the original Berserk arc, and then they go straight into Conviction.
Pretty much like they covered just a small stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's what you mean when you say don't watch the first episode.
Like they just mishmashed the first arc.
OG arc.
And then they put just a bit of Lost Children with the skeleton warriors.
Yes.
Like literally. But other than that, skip the first episode.
They were trying to portray it like to people who already know the series and then just
Like, just
to everyone else.
Like I'm fine. I would have been totally fine. Like originally, I thought the show would have been like the Black Swordsman arc, skip Golden Age because everybody basically knows Golden Age at this point, and then do Lost Children. That's what I originally thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, same.
But nah, just counter conviction. I'm like,
but because conviction is what sells. Because freaking Griffith's
I know, but Lost Children though, when he just cuts through all.
No, shut up. They want their money.
They want their money.
I've been also catching up to the Berserk manga too, which, like,
They got the boat.
it's like Guts is there. He's there. He's on the literal pedestals to the Elf King. Like, spoilers, I guess, but he's there. But the three old guys like, nah, just wait a bit. And Guts is just like, fine.
Mira's got to play some more Idolmaster.
I know, like. Anyway,
you want to hear a funny thing? So you know how Berserk was going to be delayed? Like,
at least the main.
we're skipping to like the news section of the podcast, but you know how Berserk is going to be delayed for a month, like the Muso game.
Yeah, man.
Well, ironically, it came out on the same day as Idolmaster, the Cinderella Girls, or whatever the fuck it's called, the new one.
Whatever. I love your dedication to the series.
Well,
Cinderella Girls, whatever the fuck we're called.
Well, see, here's the thing about Idolmaster is that I like Idolmaster, but the problem is that like 50% of the games haven't been localized, and like what my exposure to Idolmaster has been the animes and Xenoglossia, you know, the other anime.
You mean that one they pilot robots?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a friend recommend me that show.
I had a mutual friend of ours anti-recommend me that show.
Oh man. So yeah, that's basically my time just crying over the anime, catching up to whatever bits and scraps. Oh, last thing.
Okay.
I've been reading this manga called Goblin Slayer. Have any of you guys heard it?
No.
Long story short, it's just about a guy who kills goblins. And he's surrounded
Wait,
by
hold on.
Imagine based on.
Hold on. I remember seeing how they're. I remember hearing about this. Like that's all I remember. I remember hearing about
he's
goblins.
surrounded by girls, like the guild girl, like the girl who controls like the guilds who give out the missions. There's this like lolly priest which will excite Colin, I guess. And then there's this
But she's a priestess, you know.
Yeah,
you know.
and there's like this farm girl who has huge ass and tits, cause you know farms, right?
Nicki Minaj, yeah.
Yeah, but
Nicki Minaj.
he does not give a shit. He just wears his Dark Souls-esque armor and just kills goblins all day long. But the most funny thing is, like,
Okay, what's the genre? Is it like action, horror? It sounds the way you're describing it sounds like a comedy.
Huh? It's just straight up
Fantasy?
kind of fantasy. Like you don't see any of the extravagant stuff like dragons.
Yeah.
But you know, as far as they've gone, they've only gotten like orcs and goblins. No shit.
It's like that show. I forgot what it's called. The one with that one guy and all the girls with the magical weapons.
Yeah, but like he is so he's so straight.
Eugene, you mean every anime ever?
Like,
yeah, no. And there's that recent one. You know that guy, and he has like his girlfriend like has like this wind sword or something, and he has a bow. I forgot what it's called. It's like
fucking Madano. Oh, do you mean Madano Oto Bananas or do you mean Seven Deadly Sins?
Not Seven Deadly Sins.
Madano Oto Bananas.
Yeah, that one then.
But here's the thing though, the Goblin Slayer, pretty fun. First chapter has some a lot of goblin. Exactly. So
Sounds like that kind of thing.
So you can see why I read it a lot.
Just
oh my god, sorry. The waveforms looks hilarious. You can tell exactly what it looks like.
And then, but here's the thing though, Eugene, you might like this. If you see the character designs for all the characters, like there's a guy who has a giant lance, there's a sorceress girl, and then there's this elf girl, right?
Sounds pretty cliche.
But here's the funny part. When you see them, you're like, she looks exactly like that sorceress from Dragon's Quest. What's it called, Dragon's Quest? The one, the Vita? Dragon's Crown?
Dragon's Crown?
You know the one with the huge titted.
Yes, that's the vanilla game.
Yeah, she looks exactly like that. The Lancer looks exactly like the Lancer from Fate Stay Night, and then the elf girl looks exactly like Xenon from SAO.
Oh.
Fuck.
But
how many ass shots are there?
I feel like that's
none yet. None yet. It's just a light novel and manga. In the manga, they haven't gotten to her yet. But just take Xenon, remove the gun with a bow and arrow, and
She
just give her.
also
elf ears.
has a bow and arrow and elf ears and one.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I've only seen like.
she has
the
like
one-
she has like the same hair but it's a little bit longer, and then she has like this kind of hoodie on, and she looks
Man,
kind of like a
she was same thing in Goblin Slayer. So like it's so obvious like where the influences are coming from.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie. Like if you just search it up, you're like.
Okay. I will do that after this podcast.
And then go through the first chapter very thoroughly, I assume.
very.
Alright, thank you, Ji-sang. I'm just going to introduce you by name just so that we can keep this going. Eugene, good friend, good sir.
Whatever. I mainly just been playing MOBAs and trying to save up money for anime figures.
Okay. Okay, so...
legit my motivation to go to work.
Alright, so Eugene, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. You can talk about whatever mobile you want for the next 2 minutes.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, so recently I've been trying to, because I want to get Overwatch, but
Me too, man.
I'm not sure if it's, I heard it's a little bit better for PC. I'm like legit shit at any first person shooter.
Oh, it's okay, man. It's
like
okay.
I'll get stuck in, I try to play, like for example, Terra, and I got stuck in a tree.
Terra's not really a MOBA, that's more like just an MMO. But whatever.
Yeah.
I'm wasting your time, go.
Alright, so I got stuck in a tree for like a good 10 minutes, so I'm really hesitant to buy this game. And I've been just binging YouTubers for the past little while, trying to figure out how to play this. I'm pretty sure I'll play Hanzo, just cause Ubawaki Wasabi, like my
Dude,
brother.
all that brotherly love from Genji.
I love their ultimates.
Dude, it's like
It's just like Genji.
It's the most real
Genji's
anime
the
ones where they have
character-
dragons out. Like, come on.
Genji's like the character you play when you want to embrace your inner weeb. Like,
Yes.
if you want to be like a little racist and a little
Genji, the
bit,
letter.
yeah. I feel like no
Genji's
Asian person
basically
plays Genji
Italian.
though. Like it has to be all white guys who think that they're like Japanese. It has to be.
Okay.
And then everyone else
Yeah.
plays Widowmaker. I was gonna call it Black.
Small interjection. Have you guys seen that picture of all the Reaper players? Like, you know how like they have like their icon, which is Reaper, and then the player name, right? It's all like the most edgiest names ever,
it
like
actually?
Shadow, Killer, Dark
feels-
Luigi,
I have
like
a guy
Buzzsaw. It's like it's all these edgy names.
Okay, MOBA talk's over, fuck you.
You feel like you're an edgy player when you play Reaper though. It's like
Die.
yeah, dark. No, like how edgy can you get? Like you just do your parents not like you that much? Just not.
Okay,
That's
so
what I wanna
that was your week? That was literally all you did this
Aaron,
week?
Let's go through your persona.
That was someone this week, yeah, and then just trying to find my anime website so I can port them because I lost everything.
Dude, Nia.sc, that's all you need.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I want to go anime and I was like, oh, it's so ugly.
Okay, so none of you have been actually watching like a lot of
No.
anime besides Berserk. Okay,
I've
so
heard
I've got
about
things to talk about, I suppose.
Oh, are we going straight to the doc now? Or?
No, I've got my shit.
Alright, let's
Let's listen.
So, for the past week or so, I mentioned this kind of on the podcast, sort of, not really, but I've been downtown doing acting work stuff. So,
show your body, you know, grabbing all that extra cash.
God damn, no, not that kind of acting work. But,
we don't judge you. Just give us 50% of the
I mean,
profit.
we see that firefighter outfit right there.
all I see is Teddy and a Figma of Rise.
Yeah. What you see?
and some
instead.
handcuffs behind it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
whatever.
that police outfit too?
ISA's been over.
Handcuffs are here.
ISA's been over. But anyway, so having a 2-hour commute to like the downtown core is like awful. So what I've been doing is I've had a lot of time to read manga. So I've been reading this thing called, well, I started and finished this thing called Angel of Elhenberg.
Never heard of it.
It's basically like, the idea of it is like, it's written by a Dojin Yaoi artist. So it has like that.
You interested me.
Hello? So it's got like, it's not, there's no sex.
Name, give us the name, Eric.
It's called Angel of Elhenberg.
No, the artist's name. Maybe you
Aki.
can huh?
Aki.
Like,
That sounds
I've
kind of
written-
tacky.
I think I've written down here on my list.
God damn it. No, but
Oh yeah, I've also been reading a lot of gay shit recently. I forgot to say that.
okay.
I'm gonna write Aki down just in case.
All right. I'm trying to pile through this. God damn it. So, anyways, regardless, it's about like there's kind of like yaoi undertones, but not really because it's not actual porn.
Damn it.
But it's about like these two guys. And they conquer like a castle and they start their own country. It's kind of like
So like Griffith?
it's kind of like Macbeth, and like the main characters the main characters are kind of like Macbeth and Banquo,
Okay.
and their names are kind of similar to Macbeth and Banquo.
Oh man, anime adaptation of Shakespeare's works. I haven't heard that before.
Whatever. Anyway, fuck Romeo X Juliet. I'm just gonna put that out there. Regardless, getting back on topic, it's actually pretty good.
Alright.
Like, in terms of like story, because that's what I actually value.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decent story, and like the whole thing is that.
Connor, can you push to 100x Hunter, some scribble as him on napkin style art too if the story's good?
What?
Oh man, have you not?
No, I fucking hate Hunter X Hunter. But anyway,
I watch it out.
God damn it, try to talk.
Some of the characters look so good, and then you look at the main characters like, why the fuck?
Okay, fine. I'm gonna get into it. See, here's the thing: is that Yu Yu Hakusho fucking awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
Hunter X Hunter fucking sucks.
Like it's not bad. I just can't get into it.
All right.
Me neither. I tried to.
So the main plot ends up being like these two friends growing apart, and like basically it culminates with the main like the king being like to the best friend who's like the main character. It's like Banquo is the main
Oh,
character.
that's why there's undertones because they've grown apart.
Yeah, they've grown apart,
That's
and
why
so
there's
it's like
one man can satisfy.
So if there wasn't any undertones, then it would be pure.
Yeah.
but like.
Pure love, man.
It's
Pure love.
oh, did you cheat on my wife and have a kid with her? Because like the kid acts a lot like
Unless you're Anthony Bird, she'll be fine.
so the kid actually acts a lot like, what do you call it? Like the best friend.
Yeah.
So the best friend's like, no, I didn't sleep with your wife, and he's like, oh, I think you slept with my wife, and so then because he's pissed off, the best friend leaves the kingdom, raises an army after like 30 years to go and fight back and murders doesn't murder, but like he imprisons the
It's
entire
like the greatest
king.
meat boner of all time.
It's like Macbeth and Berserk had a yaoi based baby.
Isn't Berserk already out yet? I mean, come on, Guts and Griffith.
Oh yeah.
In the latest chapter, Guts is like, fuck, I have to talk about Griffith again.
It's like the
Yeah,
X.
it's pretty entertaining.
Anyway, regardless. So yeah,
I think that relationship was more Griffith-sided though. You have to admit.
That back fight, man.
So yeah, that was my week. Overall, like that was a pretty good manga, I'd say. It's really short too. It's like 5 chapters. So it's literally sitting over there. So if you want to,
Oh, so that was on the table.
yeah.
Have you seen 19 Days?
91 days.
No, 19, not 91. Reverse the 1 and the 9. Okay, it's by this guy, Old Zian is his name. And I think he's Chinese. I don't know. He's not Jap either. And it's this manga about these.
Racist, you have to differentiate.
I
You can't say
think-
Asian.
I'm saying. No, I'm saying because like usually the art style is different from Jap manga to Korean manga
A bit, yeah.
to like to Chinese cartoon. Like it's a little bit different. And it's about like slice of life again. It's these 2 guys, and one of them like just leaves for a while and then comes back midway through the high school year.
Yeah.
And one of them is gay. Like it's pretty much confirmed. Like
Hey now.
it's pretty good. And then the other one's like not confirmed gay, but like their best friends are trying to figure out, and like it's really like shits and giggles. Like they'll be sitting down in like a maid cafe, one of them be like wearing a maid uniform, and like this little girl will come up, it's like, big sister, girls aren't supposed to sit with their legs up, and just like lifts up his skirt and like not wearing any underwear.
Oh god. Alright.
It's censored though. It's
We're
really-
moving on. Okay, we are moving the fuck
All
along.
I've been doing.
So
Bullshit.
speaking of days and the numbers being reversed, do you know what 91 days is?
I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen the commercials of it.
You have seen the commercials of it.
What is it?
Think mobster, like it's set in Prohibition era America, and it's a mobster revenge story.
So kind of like Bakano in a...
I haven't watched Bakano. A lot of people have been comparing it because it's made by the exact same team.
Oh, okay. So
But-
there goes.
From what I've seen of Bakano is a lot more lighthearted. 91 Days is like straight up a Godfather-esque story.
Godfathers.
Okay, I can see that.
So it's about this. I've talked about it in the podcast before, but it's about this guy who's basically his life gets fucked because his father used to do accounting for the mafia, and the mafia murders him, and so he's got 91 days to get revenge against the entire mafia.
That's pretty great.
I have a question. Are the episodes like 1 day each an episode, or is it like?
No, it's a 12 episode series.
Okay, I thought this was like 91 episodes.
That would have been a good concept.
That would have been a good concept.
But like that would be kind of hard. Like, what do you do on days where it was like, yeah, just,
Yeah, I was
a
just
whole
drinking
day,
at the bar.
just like a whole day was like, just
sitting
gonna read my books and just
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be an interesting episode, though.
No, can you imagine there's a whole episode where he just bangs hookers all day? It's just like, here's some money, man.
Just go like the most off-topic you can go.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm trying to keep this podcast on the rails.
Have you seen that anime? I haven't watched this one, but I've been meaning to. It's about this like high school kid who has to.
Oh man, just like almost every.
Okay, hold on. Let him finish.
Mob gang. I don't know.
Mob Psycho 100.
Or whatever it's called. He has like telepathy.
Yes, Mob Psycho 100. It's by the guy who made One Punch Man.
Yeah. It was the same one.
Is it good?
I don't know, but the commercials are really good. I've been meaning to start it.
I plan to start soon.
I plan to start soon.
I talked about this with Colin on the podcast. I was like, I started the first minute, but then I had to go do something. I just never picked it back up.
You know, okay, all of one's
I forgot
animated versions, the parts where it's my absolute favorite is when they use this original art style and make like the shitty like 2D version. Like, remember that one scene in One Punch Man where they had like the terrible version of Tatsumaki like arguing?
Yes.
Like those are my favorite parts. And
The best is a scene called, like, everyone calls it the rocks scene, where it's the main bad guy of One Punch Man. Like, a bunch of rocks are exploding at him, and Saitama's just looking at him, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, those are my favorite. Like, where they just use the one's original, like, looking art style and just put it in this highly detailed background.
Okay.
It looks so...
Because it's so out of place.
I love it.
It just gives no fucks. It's so good.
Alright, I'm gonna have to try and, like, plow through this because we are slowly but surely running out of time. Anyways.
Aaron, you know what I said right before we started? This is either going to be the longest or shortest podcast for him on this channel.
Yeah, like, the longest we've gone, like, at the moment is, like, 150.
Alright, Eugene, let's do this.
Alright, 7 hours.
God damn it, no.
3 hours.
Alright.
Okay, at least 3 hours.
Who was, alright, we're gonna beat, who's the guy, okay, never mind. I lost my train of thought.
This is what you get for having 3 people.
Yeah, I know.
More people, the longer it's going to be.
Okay, regardless, 91 days, pretty good. Okay, if you want to start, like, I don't know if you guys want, besides Berserk, like, I know you want to watch shit stuff, but, like,
Berserk is just something you watch, though, for, like, the novel.
Yeah, exactly, but I'm just being facetious here. Anyways, 91 days, put on the list.
Alright.
I watched the first episode of this thing called Orange, which is...
Orange.
No, ironically, it's mostly green. The palettes are mostly green.
Resist cookies, children.
Resist. the color palette is ironically mostly green.
Resist.
I know, I'm trying to also.
Regardless, it is about this girl. Like, it's a slice of life. And
so how green is she?
She's pretty orange. Regardless, it is about this girl who... How do I describe this? It's like it's a high school drama, and like you can feel that it's gonna end sad by the end. But basically,
so it's gonna have a sour end, not a sweet.
But basically, at the years,
study for one exam.
Basically, 10 years in the future, she develops Jojo style powers.
What the fuck?
And
why not?
And basically, her Jojo-esque power is that she can write letters to herself that appear in her notebook in the past.
That's like Steins here in a way.
Kind of.
It's pretty sophisticated.
But yeah, so
and
I'm
instead of using a cell phone to text message
in a microwave.
That's true. But regardless, so she develops those powers, and basically her biggest regret is that she wasn't able to bang this dude before he died.
I was about to say, I wish I could have banged that cute boy in class.
And so basically, it's
like wear less clothing around him. Note to self.
And so basically, what it is that it's like a deconstruction of like common like Japanese high school romance tropes, where in episode 1 the girl is trying to be as forward as possible with this guy instead of being all blushy and like, oh no, not that way.
What is forward as possible? They should like throw him in like claws and just rip off his shirt. Like,
as forward as you can get in Japanese drama, which means nothing at all.
No. That's what you do. You take the guy, throw him down, step on his sticks, and say, "Will you go out with me?"
Okay, I don't think she said soon.
Alright.
No, that's the best way, man, when the girl's stomping.
Not that I want to feel my foot on your face, but...
The first episode is actually... It's pretty good for what it is. Like, if you want to get into, like, sappy high school drama stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's very similar to this thing called Your Lie in April. I'm not sure if any of you guys watched it.
I heard about it. Some friends say it's really good, so I should really watch it. Just
Yeah.
run through it.
I don't know how Orange is gonna end because it's like an original series, like it's made for TV, whereas Your Lie in April was made for like it was a manga originally.
Yeah.
But Your Lie in April benefits from it because it's based off of like classical music is like the main focal point.
Yeah.
But whereas Orange, the main focal point is
The fruit.
Yeah. Regardless, pretty good. Moving right along, Thunderbolt Fantasy. Do you guys know what that is?
Is it like Gundam Thunderbolt? AKA the second most Gundam fan wank ever made?
No, Thunderbolt isn't a Gundam fan wank. Like, it has nothing to do with like Gundam. Like, what Gundam Thunderbolt.
Lost here.
Side tangent. But what Gundam Thunderbolt is that Gundam Thunderbolt is just like Gundam distilled to a point where it's so fast.
Yeah. I
That-
mean, come on, Thunder.
Yeah. This is just gonna be
All those
shitty
designs.
puns.
It's the part where full armor just purges all his armor.
That's pretty cool. Okay, we're not getting anywhere. Regardless.
I think you need to explain this a little bit
I
more
think,
to us.
okay, guys, we should rename this title to the episode where Aaron just breaks down. We just break.
I was ready to have a good podcast with no Colin stuttering and like being confused.
Hey, is that a claymore and a katana just over there?
This isn't Jason's house.
This is Jason's house. And Jason, ironically, we've never brought up on the podcast.
Not yet. I was thinking. Now you have.
Now, Jason has been introduced, and now we can never go back. The podcast has been tainted.
Alright, on to the next thing Aaron wants to talk about.
So, what Thunderbolt Fantasy is that it's Genrobochi's Taiwanese puppet show.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
I
like
understand
actual
what it's
puppets?
going on.
Actual puppets.
In manga form or anime or real life?
In real life.
Oh! So.
I bet this guy just like found his socks and was like, fuck it.
So basically what the concept was that Genrobochi was in an anime convention in Taiwan. And he saw a Taiwanese puppet show while he was there. And so he's like, I'm gonna do this.
Okay, I've heard of
Taiwanese puppet shows like really elaborate.
Yes, they are. Like, the designs of the
Yeah.
puppets are super elaborate and, like, over the top.
Mhm.
But these designs for these puppets are anime-esque,
Right.
if that makes any sense. So, like, they have, like...
Big eyes, big
Big
tits,
big old ass.
No, like...
No ass. Just
No, as in terms of, like, very specifically the character designs.
Have you
Where
seen Goblin Slayer?
they're...
Hey, the ass isn't that big. It's not like
It's literally like this.
that's different. It's her waist.
Huh?
No, but, like, the designs are, like... Chinese puppet shows that have, like... They do have elaborate designs, but they don't have, like, stupid, like...
Yeah,
Tetsuya Nomura zippers everywhere designs.
No, come on. Belts everywhere.
Belts and zippers everywhere. Okay. Like, whatever.
Sounds like a
Sticky
Wait,
fingers.
Wait, what about like weapons? Like, are they like conventional weapons, giant weapons?
Lots of katanas. There's one spear guy, and the bow is super elaborate.
Uchi guy is.
One spear guy.
One spear guy, and the bow is very elaborate.
Like, how elaborate? Like compound bow-esque or?
No, as in like it's ornate. And
Okay.
one of the swords, like this girl has a sword, and like it looks a lot like Lambent Light from Sword Art Online.
So like last 2.0 with a sock puppet. Just like make him into sock puppet and then give him ass and a sword.
Yeah.
You know what I want? I want Yoko Taro to be in a part of that.
Yes.
I want Yoko Taro, and he has no puppet. It's just his head, and he just talks to us like, "Hey, about murder. Isn't murder fun, you guys?" Just
See, Colin never gets my Yoko Taro jokes. You're the first person.
dude, I bought Nier. I've only started it, but
Nier's kick ass, okay?
just have the head, just no puppet with it. Just have the head like, "Hey guys, how's murder? Isn't murder fun, you guys? You want to go to a village?"
I think this show would just skyrocket in popularity.
No, Yoko Taro can finally eat now.
My favorite thing from like Yoko Taro's interviews is when he's got Emil's mask on and he's just like drinking water through a straw.
No, okay. I don't know if you know this. Yeah. I don't know if you know this interview, but there was a specific interview where it was kind of like the origin of how fucked up Yoko Taro is, where him and his friends were pretty poor, because like all kids in Japan in back then were pretty poor, and they usually walk on top of houses.
No, I know the story.
And then, long story short,
His
one
friend dies.
but his good parts were still moving.
Oh,
Good parts.
It's still
like you know when you cut a chicken's head off and then it'll
it
run
moved
around.
His good parts were still moving, and Yokotaro thought, even though it was such a sad moment, he couldn't help but to laugh at it. And that was kind of the origin of how fucked up he is.
I
mean, dude, if you saw a dead kid with a boner, like, what are you gonna do? Like, feel sad or kind of laugh?
You feel sad, but you.
I feel
exactly.
bad.
When you read that article, you're like, it makes so much sense.
Like, whose girl's ass did you slap a little bit too hard?
Dude. Okay, regardless, like Yoko Tower, just good. But what the fuck? Anyway, moving.
It's good.
I should have a counter for every time Aaron
So-
says regardless.
No, I'm only saying regardless because you guys keep like train rolling through my podcast.
Dude, tangents are the best. They're straight lines.
Regardless. So what Thunderbolt Fantasy is, because I haven't actually gotten to that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
It's about puppet. General doing puppet shows.
So what it is it's like a traditional like Chinese fantasy.
Because there's Sun Wukong in there.
It's very similar to Journey of the West. I didn't put that on the docket, but there is a new Journey of the West anime happening. Anyway,
It's like Journey of the West.
it is pretty
Regardless.
good. It is pretty good. I like Journey of the West too. And Sweet Code, I also like Sweet Code. I'm turning it to you.
All right, regardless, Aaron.
Regardless.
I could have made a tangent about Journey of the West, but I didn't.
All right, let's not make a tangent here.
We gotta get to the news. We're dying here. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like traditional Chinese fantasy. If you like that stuff, it's pretty good. The music's Hiroyuki Sawano, so
you know it's some good shit.
yeah.
It's some good
So more
fun.
orchestra, 1 or 2 songs have a vocal, and
Like 5 songs have vocals. But,
Yeah. surprisingly has almost no vocals.
Yeah.
Which one?
Unicorn, like unless other than the ending songs, no vocals. I thought that was pretty interesting.
There's Sternen's song. There's Your Letter.
Those are all ending credit songs.
No, Your Letter is not a ending credit. The only 2 songs that Hiroyuki Sawano actually composed that are ending credit songs are Re I Am and Starring Child.
Those are pretty good.
Starring Child's kick ass.
Starring Child was really good. Episode 7 was pretty weird, but that song.
That song's so good. And like the orchestral version, RX0.
That is my favorite song.
track.
It's
exactly
so good. I listen. Okay, Eugene. I don't know. I don't care how many. I don't care if you don't like them. I don't give a shit. But you need to hear the song.
I don't give a shit, but you're gonna like this.
Trust me. Like
RX0 is the most kick-ass song.
Actually, I have it here right now, but I don't want to. Just in case we get infringed on copyright.
He also composed Ego on the soundtrack. Ego's on the soundtrack because we are small in this world.
Yeah. Regardless, Aaron, keep going with your things.
No, but like, see, side tangent. Hiroyuki Sawano is amazing, but me and Colin talk about this like almost once every 3 episodes. Anyways,
I'm surprised not more. He deserves more.
Man,
yeah, Hiroyuki Sawano. Man.
So, man, when are we getting those checks, Aaron?
Dude, oh man, like I want to go to a concert. Like I want him to perform over here.
I just want him to compose RX0. That's all I want in my life.
He's never performed RX0 live.
No, but can you imagine?
He's performed Unicorn live. He's performed
But
Mobile
Unicorn-
Suit live.
Yeah, but come on, like RX0 is like the gem that shines so absolutely.
Da 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 da. Okay, whatever. Anyways, because I've had like, super long commutes. Because I've had super long commutes, I've also had a lot of time to play. I've been perfecting like so many songs in like OG Project Diva. Like that's basically.
Hey, that's your alley. Don't you like Hatsune Miku, or is that another person?
I like it, but I'm not as into it anymore.
No. Okay.
I'm like actively searching around fact.
The only thing about Hatsune Miku I know is that I've seen this one YouTube video called.
I've seen this one Dojin.
Huh? Whoa. Okay. I don't want to spend 3 hours here, but. But there was this one video which is like, this is my world or some shit. I think it's her most famous one where apparently this guy took like 5 years animating this 3-minute video.
5 years.
It is pretty great. Like you can see just like the string cloths just barely covering everything.
Oh god.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, are you talking about the one where it's like kind of CG?
Not really.
I like watching the audio spike when Eugene went, oh.
Okay.
Are you talking about the World Is Mine, the one that's like in CG?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that one. You can't watch it on YouTube unless you log in.
Yeah, I think that's one.
That's the one, right?
The one
where it's like a bunch of cleavage.
Yeah.
Right. I saw that. I'm like, it's so
well
when
you get two guys openly admitting these stuff.
Yeah. I had a lot of, okay, so
that's not referred to as
side
cleavage
tangent,
video.
like super hard side tangent. So I've been talking about how I've been downtown acting.
Yeah.
I was surprised how many of those guys in that program were like a bunch of super nerds. Like when you get to hold a conversation about Catherine and have it not degenerate to shit.
I should really play that game.
Catherine's the best Persona game.
But because there's just puzzles, right? It's all about the choices. Which girl? Catherine with the C or Catherine with the K?
It's up your social links.
Yeah.
What
do you like, glasses or blondes?
Okay, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Whoa, okay, that's like top.
That's like
we
top
can.
master tier.
That's like those almost don't exist. Those
that's
are like unicorn
like,
lands.
you can't
see,
touch
Catherine with a K, I like her personality better. But Catherine with a C is voiced by Laura Bailey and is like a girl with twin tails.
So, one you'd want to marry, one you'd like to like have as a side bitch. Close out his figure.
Yep, his figure.
Laura Bailey, twin tails?
Your side bitch, yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, I wouldn't want
Yeah, for context, for people not like obviously can't see that, I just motioned to my reset.
Okay, the legitimate question: Are you gonna get like that signed by Laura Bailey or some shit? Is that why it's in its box?
No, I'm gonna pull that out eventually. Also, she didn't also voice this version of the character because this is her Dancing All Night version, which was voiced by what's her name? Girl who played Chloe in Life is Strange. I forget what her name is.
Oh, that girl, right?
Ashley Birch.
Ashley Birch, yes. This is the design that they use. That Ashley Birch. Ashley Birch voices this design as opposed to Laura Bailey who voices every other design. Fuck, man. Like,
speaking of Ashley Birch, has anyone played Battleborn?
okay, hold on. No, actual side tangent not actual side tangent. Back onto the main topic because I've actually been playing Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which is where that design is from. I'm still like sad that Laura Bailey didn't come back to voice Rise. Like it's been like 10 months.
Oh,
the salt is still real, man.
Just don't play the game then.
No, but it's so good.
That's salty. Like
just mute her lines.
Actually, no. If the main what's the guy who voices Char and everything?
Shuichi Ikeda.
Yeah, can you imagine they just straight up made a show? Like, can you imagine he didn't return for the origin? Like, can you imagine how many people would be so livid?
Like, I'm kind of scared that Shuichi Ikeda is going to die, and
they're testing out replacements already. Remember, you know the SD Shores Gundam stand?
Oh, that's a different person?
They're all different, except for I think like 2 people. They're all different people, just in case if any of these old people actors.
Because like Toru Furuya and Shuichi Ikeda are like
they're
so old now.
Like they're at the point they're like they could die any minute. I know, like there's
Brian Noah died, and that.
Okay, Brian Noah was like the saddest thing. Like I think his last role was in Unicorn episode 4, I believe. That was his last role, and then he just.
You mean the worst episode of Unicorn?
All that mobile suit though. All those mobile suits. All those strange ass mobile suits.
Okay, see here's the thing, is that
I know it's the worst episode. Like I know it is the worst episode, but
okay, 7 and 4 are like close.
Yeah.
And like 5 and 6 are both not that good, but 5 has my best moment. Catch me Benager. Catch me Benager is my favorite moment in all of Gundam.
Ending of 3 is also my favorite. I love atmosphere and re-entry episodes. Those are always on the top list of any episodes in Gundam. Like when they have to fight and the atmosphere and re-entry. Like people, okay, I know a lot of people didn't watch G-Reco. I did. It's kind of torturous, but their atmosphere re-entry scene is one of the best ones because they all have to literally fight against their own mobile suits to try to survive.
Okay. So anyway, what was I saying? No, but Catch Me Benager. Yeah. Is that not the best moment in all of Gundam?
I mean, man, I didn't know they were starting to steal from Macross too.
Oh, I'll get there in a second. See, we're at 46 minutes, and I haven't even gotten.
We haven't started the doc.
So you know what? I'll just fast forward to it. Overall, Persona 4 Dancing All Night still pretty good. I'm still sad about Laura Bailey. Whatever. I've been perfecting these songs like a motherfucker. Anyways. So I watched the live action Macross movie that just came out.
Oh shit, that was real?
So, it's pretty good. It kind of
What series Macross? The original, 2, plus?
I feel like it almost feels like fan fiction because it's actually called Star Trek Beyond.
You got me. You motherfucker. You got me. You actually. Fuck you. Fuck you.
So have you watched Star Trek Beyond?
Oh, you got me. You got me so hard. You made that bait. I caught it. Fuck you.
I've been manufacturing that punchline since I've watched Star Trek Beyond. Because if you watch Star Trek Beyond, it is the most Macross thing you have ever seen.
Fuck you. I want to leave. I'm so sad. Anyway, go on with your Macross fanfiction where Ichijo just has to choose between 2 girls.
Okay, so have you watched Star Trek? Has anyone in this room watched Star Trek Beyond?
Yes.
Only the first 2.
Okay, you watched. Okay, so you Star Trek 2009 and Into Darkness.
Yeah.
Did you like Into Darkness?
It's okay.
Okay.
I didn't like
really
it.
watch that one that much.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you didn't like Into Darkness, this is the Star Trek for you. Because what
It's
Star
like Macross, so.
Well, for different reasons. Like,
Damn it.
like the way it ends is very Macross in terms of.
Wait. What do you mean? The TV series, or do you remember Love movie ending?
I have not watched Do You Remember Love?
That ending.
So
Pretty,
it's no, but like it doesn't end like it doesn't end like Macross, but it has Macross themes.
Okay.
So
fair.
like the way minor spoilers. The way they win the fight is through song.
Yeah, so it is like Do You Remember Love? Okay, Eugene, do you like idols?
Well, which one is
Just idols in general.
like idols in general? Okay. I want to say no, just to piss you off. What do you want to go
Lin
on?
Min Mei or whatever the fuck her name is.
Disney or Cinnamon Bun Girl. like man, Do You Remember Love? Like you'll either absolutely despise that ending because how using songs.
No, I love how I just like stared at you when you asked me that question. Like no one would see this, but I just like looked at you like, is this a question? Are you asking me?
This is a legit question.
Is this a legit question
Yes,
you pose
it is.
onto someone?
If you don't know anything about Macross, there's always an idol component into it.
Always.
Have you seen Delta?
I haven't seen it, but man, have I seen some videos about it.
Yeah. Videos.
Okay, not those kind of videos. I've seen the videos where like the
For once.
idol girl is just like dancing and singing in the cockpit of the. Yeah, I know. Just all the animation.
Anyways.
It's.
I want to start Delta, but I haven't started Frontier.
I need to rewatch all of them because I don't remember jack shit.
Macross I've always liked better than Gundam because
Fair point.
the difference is that Macross accepts the stupid,
Yeah.
whereas Gundam has to.
half and half. Some of them accepts the dumbness, but a lot of them taste so kind of.
No, but like, see, here's the thing: is that Gundam never accepts the dumbness in the terms of
Hey man, double Zeta man.
no, in terms of like the whole new type fantasy bullshit.
Okay.
Whereas Macross accepts that everything is fantasy, like
Yeah,
everything is
yeah.
fan fiction.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Because like every Gundam show falls apart with the new types. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, we have to ascend and become strong. Like,
Fuck
fucking
that.
the way Zeta ends.
Oh man.
Like, okay, the last 5 minutes of Zeta I love. The entire last episode sucks.
dude, like, don't you?
Gotta absorb
you don't-
Emma's energy,
Dude,
man.
you don't like spiritual and birds coming out of the mobile suits? Just
Fuck those birds. Fuck Lala Soon. Fuck Sarah Zabiranov. Fuck Kat Tomoyashi. Fuck Emma. Fuck everything. Gundam is trash. Fuck GN particles. Fuck endless waltz. Fuck.
You just have to mention the birds. You just.
dude, you
I think an appropriate title for this now would be Aaron
breaks down.
breaks down.
No, I've already picked my
Open
pod.
orange birds.
Like, okay, I don't usually talk about this on the podcast title, but we always pick the dumbest things. I've decided on the
Fuck the
podcast.
birds.
I've decided on the podcast title. Fuck the birds. Fuck the
Oh,
birds.
that's great because you know they have to listen to it to get the reference to understand it.
Yeah. All right.
Man,
Okay.
birds.
So Star Trek Beyond. Before we get sidetracked anymore, we're almost at an hour. Star Trek Beyond. It's good. Like it's traditional Star Trek. Like if you like the old series, like if you like TNG, if you like.
I haven't seen those, but I should.
You haven't
It's
seen
on my
those
list. No,
You have to see them.
it's on my list though.
Like you know how Into Darkness is like it's like very focused on Earth and that kind of. Star Trek Beyond is like actual Star Trek where you're like exploring other planets.
It's beyond, you know.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's like it's directed by the guy who directed Fast and the Furious, and like
So
everyone who is going into it is like, okay, J.J. Abrams has done like weird stuff with it, but a lot of people are accepting of the weird stuff.
One major question here. What about the lens flares? Are there lens flares?
No lens flares.
Alright then.
No noticeable lens flares. But
Damn it.
this show, it's really good. Idris Elba plays the villain.
Yeah! That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna say any more than that. But
Does
it just
say, instead of we are canceling the apocalypse, does it say we are bringing the apocalypse?
I wish. He does have an epic speech scene though, as is expected. He has two. He has a monologue and he has an actual speech.
Awesome. So instead of green skin, dark skins are the enemies.
Just like the good old days, you know.
I know, right?
Oh, okay, I kind of want to change the podcast title to "Dark Skins Are the Enemies."
Oh, we actually have to get taken down.
recommend you not.
No, we can actually get taken down, man.
I think you get a lot of.
I'll put that in the description.
So, like, what race is Idris Elba? Is he human or is he like a Zentradi type?
That'd be a spoiler.
Huh? Okay, fine.
Okay.
All right, don't tell
So
us.
it's boring.
Anyways, moving on. We're cutting to break, okay, and we'll be back with the news.
Settle transition.
And we're back. Okay, so we blew like an hour just there, and we'll probably blow another hour here.
Yeah. For those people, look up the character designs of Goblin Slayer. If you just at least
It
know
looks
anime.
exactly.
If you know anime, you can see some similarities and the obvious alterations the guy did.
I think the Sion one is the worst though. That one.
Do you remember what was his name? There was a American style comic that
Jojo Part 9?
no, no, I'm not talking about Diesel. But there's something called.
Right.
It was made by like what's the guy who Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons' son.
What?
He made a American style comic which copies the entirety of Bleach.
Hey, Bleach is ending, so who cares?
Hey! Segue! So, next episode.
Wait, do we want to go in order or just...
No, whatever works. Whatever works is the way I do
Do you
it.
mean just like the general idea or character?
The entire story. And the character design, the main character design looks like L from Death Note.
So, like...
Does it copy like the characters' personalities or is it just a plot?
No, copies the personalities of Bleach, mishmashes the character
All
designs
I-
of like all of anime.
All I need to know is Yoruichi in there. That's all I want to know.
No.
Then fuck that comment.
Just straight up ignore it.
I mean, come on, like, what else is the point?
How did I not remember who Gene Simmons was? That was like fucked up.
Wait, no, who's that guy? The guy with the eye patch, spiky hair. He's just really, really strong. Nothing special.
Dude, I haven't read Bleach in ages.
Me neither.
I just like read a little bit of it and I was like, it's bull.
I watched.
I'm gonna get back into it though, I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into it too, but it's...
Cause like, oh shit, I forgot to mention, never mind, I'm not gonna get into it now. But like, you know, our mutual friend, Breton, she's the one who was like, okay, you should watch Orange, and I was like, oh, okay.
She is obsessed with Bleach though, so she's...
Yeah, that's what I remembered.
I remember I had a friend who I asked him, do you watch Bleach? And he's like, yeah, I'll catch up with it. And like, okay, tell me what happens in Bleach. And he went through like 5 minutes of like all the bullshit that goes through, like the whole like Quincy coming back. I'm like, but I thought, isn't that guy the only one? It's like, nah, they're all alive still. I'm like,
Fuck. Okay, regardless, let's move on. So anyway, Bleach is ending.
I don't know.
And Nisekoi is ending. Yeah! Finally, after years, I'm waiting.
I don't want to know.
Okay.
That's okay.
Wait. So you don't know what the ending is? Have you caught up with the
I
manga?
haven't caught up with the...
Okay, so I won't talk about it then because I'm up to date.
You can talk about it, just like, you kind of don't want to, you know, I just don't want to
So
know
it's
that.
either the blonde chick or the brown head. I don't know anything on these.
It's one of them.
Okay, I talked about
All
it.
right,
No.
all right, Eugene. I'm gonna make this into the most puzzling way possible. In most shows, who usually wins? The light-haired girl or the dark-haired girl? The dark hair usually being the childhood friend. Who usually
The light-haired girl.
Or emo.
So Eugene.
Or emo.
Yeah. So Eugene, just
Two dark-haired girls actually got fucked over.
All the darkies got fucked.
All the
I don't
dark-haired
know
girls.
anything about Orimo other than the mangas I read, but
It's just like pure incest.
yeah.
And-
I like the girl with the carriers. She looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the one who got
Kuroneko?
blown up. Yeah.
Is her name actually Kuroneko?
Yes.
No, it's like something else.
Yeah, Ruri, Goko Ruri, but everyone calls her Kuroneko.
Oh, that's pretty funny though.
Because no one wants to call
I
it.
say is best girl.
It's like having a guy named Kumata.
I beg to differ, but regardless, let's
Okay.
take another 3 hours.
Transition time. So we were talking about manga. Berserk got the lead.
The game though, right?
The game, yeah.
Yeah. Because if you were to say the manga, I would call bullshit. Because you know what the manga does now? On the last page, he has to like. There's always in text. Next chapter coming in XXX. Like he always writes the date. So if
That's
you
so
said,
smart, though.
If you said it got delayed, I would have literally brought off the page saying it's coming back in like August 26th or something.
He,
I would
dude,
actually
he's got to play the new Idols Master game. Okay?
Fuck those! I would go to his house and burn all of his games.
I would be kind of happy if it got delayed, because then you can finally catch up.
But like, what do you call it? As I said earlier, Berserk Muso was coming out the same day as the Idol Master game, and ironically, it got pushed back a month.
No, see, he got he needs to let his two children be.
Yeah, you can't have his two children compete against.
Yeah, exactly. Like one.
You can't pick a
Obviously,
favorite
the
child.
one that's more important to him comes out first, and the one that's just a side project comes out later.
Berserk is a sad bitch.
Dude, oh man, Berserk. The
Guts
manga,
is kind of a side
he is Guts. Like the Berserk manga is Guts now. Everything's getting pushed away.
That kind of makes sense though when you think about it, because like Guts is a side bitch, so you should kind of be treated as one.
It's so
He's
sad.
Griffith's side bitch. It's kind of sad.
It's so sad.
It's a little sad.
I will fuck you through Casca.
He did it though.
Griffith said first.
Yeah, Griffith did nothing wrong.
The tension between them. I still kind of feel bad for Griffith. Like
Dude, just go back and watch
his
that back scene.
his crush just like doesn't want to get in with him.
His desire, man.
You can see it in his eyes, though.
If you've seen Guts right there and he sits under you, don't you want to, just to see how?
My most favorite thing about the whole like ending scene was when he's fucking Casca. He's still looking at Guts. Like
just intently, just
he's not even thinking about her. He's thinking about Guts in his head.
no,
When he screws with that princess.
yeah, that's the best one.
He's literally just like thinking about his arms, thinking about his back. I was like, damn, this is so gay. This is just so gay. And then just runs off like Guts and Peyton. Like
I need Guts. So
I
bad.
kind of felt bad for him because it is that feeling of rejection. Like he just got tortured and then he gets rejected, right? Like
Guts gets it bad.
I'd
so
probably do the same thing if I was Griffith.
You
honest.
sympathize with Griffith. You got things you can't take back.
Please, you're white, so please dress up as Griffin. You're 80%.
Let's think about it.
Eugene, there are things you can't take back.
Let's think about it this way though.
Then you did
Every
nothing
single-
wrong.
Every
Griffith
single
did nothing
day,
wrong.
every single day, he gets his hair all did, all nice. He goes to the salon. He gets it done.
Dude, he gets all these.
And then he goes, he gets tortured, he gets like everything cut away, and finally when he gets his loved one back, all he does is he sees him fuck his best friend.
Yeah.
Like you get a little angry, and then no one like around him gives
Little?
a shit. A little, yeah, and then like he tries to stop and like, no, we don't want you, and then he would feel pretty rejected.
I came here to laugh at you.
No one can see it, but Aaron just
For those
stood
audio
up and
listeners,
put on a pair of
Aaron has a
sunglasses.
very Quattro Bugina-esque, aka not. He is not a char.
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
He's as
You read that letter, right? You read that letter.
Yeah.
He's
not a char. He is not a char.
I know char was a noun. You can
Danger.
No. Is that man? No, danger is my favorite.
Dengar.
Just think about it this way, he just really wanted to fuck Guts. One way or another, he accomplished it. So
He
like,
did.
props to Griffin.
No, it's because
he's He a real ass
Eugene
pimp.
gives Griffith a fist bump as
You know what?
No, Eugene is one of those apostles that fist bumps Griffith every day. He's like, yo, Griffith, you're the greatest guy. Me, Falconia.
He a real ass pimp, and this is
Okay.
You better do motherfucking homies.
He's either Groombell or that guy who's the
Like
best.
you
marker.
said that rape horse out? Yo, that rape horse.
If you were Griffith, what you gonna do? Like, let's be real.
That's true.
Let's be real.
As hard
Like
as
you,
it may seem.
as much as I want to like guts to cut off his head and feed him his own dick,
Yeah.
you kind of have to sympathize on that respect.
This is what.
There are things you can never take back. We're moving right along. Psychopaths, mandatory happiness.
Okay. Rad as fuck.
Wait,
Subtitle.
No.
So, mandatory happiness is the upcoming visual novel for PS4, PS Vita, and Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? Is the PS Vita a PS4 port or is the PS4 a Vita port?
It was originally for the Xbox One. Yeah, I know. Japan, for some reason, cares about the Xbox One. No.
Okay, for those audio listeners, like right when Aaron said Xbox One, me and Eugene just collectively just turned our heads.
We looked at the door and we were like debating.
We were like,
It's been a good hour. I think we should end the podcast.
oh man.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so they realized they need to make money, so that's why they came out with the PS4 and PS Vita
Is
port.
Psychopaths popular in Japan?
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
Because
It's not the most, because it's one of those animes that's actually good and doesn't portray to someone's dick. It's pretty like popular for that.
Yeah,
In
like
the sense that there's no fan service.
no, you know what the actual problem with Psychopaths was? It aired at the same season that Sword Art Online aired.
that is true.
Because there's all the people who just want to see the cliches, and that's all that there's a lot of people who just want to care for that. That's why a lot of the media now just caters to cliches, and that's why
I mean, what do you think
refuse
Film
to
Fight
watch
is so
anything.
popular?
That's why everything that comes out like in the new season is like more and more cliches, or it's something
That's why I honestly attracted to 91 Days. Is because it's a mobster
and
drama.
the stuff that's not a cliche, it's not very popular, but it's pretty popular. And Psychopaths was something that was pretty popular. I feel like it's more.
It's
popular
not that.
overseas.
It's not its fault that life isn't popular.
I feel like it
Everyone wants to go to the pretty girl, aka SAO, instead of that nerdy girl who knows so much.
It's not something that's very flashy though. Like it's something you'd rewatch, but it's not something that's very flashy. Despite that, the fact that they have the Dominators, it's not in your face. Like you'll remember it, but if you had like Alzheimer's, you wouldn't.
So have you?
But SEO would be something you remember.
Have you
for
watched?
Alzheimer's, just
Have you watched
like-
the trailers for the new Psychopaths game?
No, I haven't seen them.
Okay, so
Well, yes, I've seen some of them, but I haven't seen the recent ones.
so basically what it is it takes place between seasons 1 and 2. It has nothing to do with the movie at all.
Right.
So
Wait,
it-
which one was the movie? What happens in the movie?
it's the one where they go to Singapore.
awesome.
I watched that in theaters. It was pretty awesome.
Wait, is it the finale when he's about to get no, that's season 2. I don't remember if I watched the movie or not now.
The movie was airing for a small time in theaters. I had the best theater experience because I showed up in my 103 jacket with the WPC on my back. Anyways, so Psychopaths Mandatory Happiness is coming out soon. The English screens look actually good. I'm looking forward to it.
Mandatory Happiness, that's an amazing subtitle.
Mandatory Happiness is an amazing subtitle. And I guess moving on
Makes
from
sense.
anime, Level 5. I don't know if you guys know who Level 5 is.
I know Level 5 very well from Gundam Age.
Did Level 5 have something to do with Gundam
They
Age?
made the character designs of Gundam Age.
That actually, now that you mention it, it does look similar to like their Yokai Watch and their Ni no Kuni designs.
And all I have to say about Gundam Age is, don't.
Let's see, this is where
Unless you want to watch it, of course, I'll go right ahead.
no. See, here's the thing: is that Gundam Age, you're right, isn't good. That being said, it has an amazing concept.
It does. It really does.
Like
actually seeing through how.
because like everyone's like, okay, but you could just make a separate series for that, like Zeta Gundam or Double Zeta. But I like how the brevity of it.
Yeah.
And like I feel like the war is more interesting. Like where you don't know what the UEs are at first,
The Vegans.
and you get to the Vegans.
Oh man, and Legolas Gundam.
Oh. Anyways, yeah. Zehato.
His name is literally Zehard. But man,
Zehard is best charcoal.
actually no, Gundam Age is the second place of wasted potential in my eyes.
Okay, what's the most wasted potential?
F91.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Amazing series.
Yeah, F91 is the most. Yeah, fuck. You're so right. Like, but the thing with Age is that it's not a time constraint. Age's problem is that it's just not written well.
Yeah. It was supposed to be 80 episodes, and then
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, they shot them down.
Oh.
And say fuck you.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's why I have a love-hate relationship with Sunrise. I love their works, but man.
Okay, but level 5 though.
Huh?
Level 5 though.
I love their art design.
Their character designs are really good.
Mm-hmm. Like, if anything, Age, their character designs are really good.
Okay, so I'm gonna just do the highlights of their conference. Lady Layton, which is the Professor Layton spin-off.
Hey, did you want to fuck Professor Layton? Well, here you go.
Yeah, this one's for you.
Okay, Jason.
Come on, there had to be a small demographic going, man.
Well, it's like that Phoenix Wright game where Watson is like an 8-year-old girl.
What?
The Great Ace Attorney is when Sherlock Holmes comes to Japan and Watson is an 8-year-old girl.
Oh man.
Oh,
And don't forget, in Persona 4, Nanako has the whole detective thing going on in the anime.
Haven't seen. I don't know anything about Persona 4. I am so clean and fresh about Persona 4.
Actually, you didn't mention this, but you've been playing Persona 3 as well.
I am pushing so hard. I just met. Okay, I don't know if any people's gonna listen to this and know, but I met Fuka.
Fuck Fuka.
I am pushing so hard.
Fuka sucks. Like, get past Fuka. Get to Agus.
Agus looks pretty cool. Like she.
Machine gun girl.
Hey man, all I need is robot.
A literal machine gun girl.
Yeah, that's all I need in my life.
Anyways, so yeah, Lady Layton looks like it's gonna be okay. Like, it looks like freaking.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like Professor Layton for like kids
Mm-hmm.
and other people.
Hey man, she's gonna take care of all the kids.
No, you're gonna take care of her, take care of all the kids.
Whoa.
Anyways, speaking of Gundam Age, they are doing another thing with Sunrise, if you didn't notice. Megaton Musashi.
Wait, so does this actually have to do anything with Musashi, like the...
No.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with Vagabond, it has nothing to do with Musashi the Swordsman.
Okay.
But it is a mecha anime, partially produced by Sunrise,
Mm-hmm.
with character design by level 5,
Mm-hmm.
but it's in an original universe, that's okay.
So it's okay.
You got anything else?
Yeah, I mean, looks like it's gonna be okay.
And
And then
the only Musashi I know from robots is from Get a Robot, where they have one of the main three is named Musashi. So
actually, there are 3 main mechs in
Yes!
Musashi.
please be Getter! Please, we need more Getter! Oh fuck, that manga ended so badly because the author died.
Imagine if they do it like Steel Ball Run, where it's like you don't know it's like Steel Ball, like you don't know it's Getter Robo the entire time.
Okay, because of how Get a Robot ends, anything that has to do with the concept of 3 robots combining is technically canon.
Okay, that's weird, but
Trust me. Like,
but isn't Getter Robo Gainax? So I mean, it can't be. It's
No.
Sunrise.
Get a Robot was originally the guys who also made Mazinger Z.
So Gainax.
Huh?
Gainax. Isn't Mazinger Z?
No. They are owned by Dynamics Pro, which ships off, which other companies makes it for them, but they're.
Oh no, that's why. It's because Go Nagai.
Yeah, Go Nagai. Well, technically, Go Nagai doesn't own Get a Robo, but he's after Ken Ishikawa died.
Yeah.
No one else. Who else is gonna?
Oh yeah, it's Getter Mazinger Z is Toei.
Yeah.
Getter. Let me look this up. Yeah, this works well on the podcast.
Because for the people that don't know,
Getter is also Toei.
yeah. For those people who don't know, Get a Robo is a manga, and he makes like these. He makes multiple sequels, and on the final like when he's the most current one is called Get a Robo Arc or whatever you want to call it, and he made 2. He said I'm gonna make 3 volumes. He died when he finished the 2nd volume.
That sucks. That's like Osamu Tezuka on Phoenix.
I was like,
Just like bring him back from the dead. Just like make a little.
there was no notes. He made no notes on how it's gonna end. But
No.
that I know, right? That's gonna be Berserk in 10 years.
Oh god. Muriel is looking older by the day.
He is. Mira died actually. It's just a copycat. It's an apostle.
It's his twin brother.
No, it's like Char Aznavour. Like the real Char died.
Instead of the original Mira had brown eyes. Instead, it has blue eyes. The new Mira had blue eyes. He's just wearing sunglasses. He's just wearing sunglasses the whole time.
Well, my theory about Tomonobu Itagaki is that he is like you can never see under his face, so it's actually a bunch of people wearing an oatmeal mask. With shades on top of the oatmeal mask.
Oh yeah, so man, if Sunrise just if they just have a tomahawk, just a Gerudo tomahawk somewhere, they
know.
Please, I would shell out so much money for begging them to make another Gerudo.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see. Megaton Musashi takes place in the year 2118. 80 invaders from outer space are coming, and they destroy the planet in a matter of days, eliminating 90% of mankind, creating a donut hole in the earth that turns into an alien nest.
Sure sounds like Armageddon to me.
Yeah. So the TV anime is being produced by who? Okay, actually Sunrise isn't producing it. We don't know who is.
Oh, no.
Level 5, though, is doing character designs for the whole thing.
Please.
So do they have no producer yet, or is it...
I assume not.
It's just in the planning phase, I assume.
Yeah, I assume so.
They, copyrighted the name and, for merchandise, I assume.
Yep. The announced consoles for Megaton Musashi are 3DS and PlayStation hardware.
I want this is oh man.
Cry to yourself as we move on. No Yokai Watch, surprisingly, during this conference. The only other thing...
They two phones, if I remember correctly.
Pardon?
Yokai Watch.
What?
They're making mobile phones.
Oh yeah, well, I don't count that.
That's old news, though.
Yeah, that was old news. They're doing another Inazuma 11 game.
Awesome.
Which is like that soccer manga RPG thing.
Yeah.
And they're
I love Soccer Spirits.
Why do people like to localize things with like dumb names? Fighting Spirit. Robotech.
Robotech is the dumbest one.
Right, Robotech is the dumbest.
Okay, anyways, moving on. And the last thing is Fantasy Life 2, which is like this weird 3DS MMO multi.
Wait, how do you do
thing.
MMOs on 3DS?
Like, I'm not sure exactly what Fantasy Life is. I had a friend
unless you live in Japan or maybe Korea, where there's apartments filled with the 3DSs. There's parks where every kid literally goes around and how's that gonna work?
I have no clue in the slightest. Fantasy Life, the only reason I know what Fantasy Life is because a friend of mine attempted to explain it to me. Yeah, that's the only reason I know what Fantasy Life is. I am very unfamiliar, but it's entering its beta phase soon in Japan.
All right.
So I mean.
So you want to keep talking about video games?
Yeah, well, because we're talking about well, not really rumors, but we're talking about announcements and stuff like that. So I'm thinking we move right into Nintendo.
All right. So from all the amazing, fake pictures I've seen, it's either gonna be in the shape of a football, it's gonna be just a screen with two Wiimotes on the side, or it's gonna be something. All right.
Holy shit! Nobuo Uematsu composed for Fantasy Life. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So I have no clue what Do you think that these rumors... Okay, for context, we're talking about the NX rumors.
Yep.
I don't think this is what the NX actually is. I think these are bullshit.
It is. Dude, have you not seen the multiple prototypes?
Yeah, it's hard... But, Eurogamer was talking about it, and, Kotaku also corroborated Eurogamer's, news, air quotes. So, I mean, it could be legit. I'm very skeptical about this being legit.
The one that gets me the most is the quote-unquote cartridge one.
No, I think the cartridge is legit.
But
because that makes sense because that's what they've been using for the DS and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but how? Okay, not might be retarded, but how big? Because I assume size has to do a lot, and if it's gonna be a mobile thing, right?
Yeah.
So I assume for mobile gaming. Like, I assume the main draw of it is having multiple games easily accessed on one device, right? It's not whole main draw like phones and whatever, right?
Mhm.
So like if they make it cartridge based, like unless it's gonna be like a cartridge you can customize putting multiple games in, why would they limit themselves so it can only play one game?
I'm actually thinking the cartridge is like a SD card.
Yeah, like kind of
Like and you pull it out. Yeah, exactly like a Vita,
Yeah.
where you pull it out from your
that's the
home console and then plug it in.
That's the thing. Like that's what I'm wondering. If the cartridge is gonna be like just like you put like 10 cards in so you can play like I don't know Mario and Zelda, all that.
To be honest though, if this is what Nintendo's actually doing, I'm actually happy because this is what I've wanted from Nintendo and Sony for ages. Like I want the PS4 to be like combined with the Vita and like give us like a super console. And that's the same thing I wanted from Nintendo like ages ago.
Like what? Also like. Did they specifically say if it's gonna like also connect to the TV and everything?
Yes.
Like normal consoles. So
Yes.
It's gonna be like in the Wii U where there's two separate items.
They're saying it's not backwards compatible though, which is interesting to me.
That's odd. Nintendo always goes for
Backwards compatible, like that's the usual draw of their
Unless
stuff.
like that's kind of a huge step. They're just gonna ditch everything because all the new stuff they make, they always make it at least one step behind for backwards compatibility.
Actually, though that does make sense though, like considering like the Wii U didn't sell particularly well.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
then you could be like, oh, then you can get people to buy these Wii U games that you never bought. Like you're selling extra hardware. Like I think it makes more sense if Nintendo was to make it backwards compatible because they do have two screens allegedly, purportedly, and it makes sense because like Breath of the Wild does like it's a Wii U game, but if it's being an NX game as well.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
They're saying also that the release is around, like the press release for this game, for this console is going to be around September, which makes sense because Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, moving like right along. Do you guys have like any final thoughts? Looking forward to it.
Detachable buttons and D-pad. Is the D-pad really that big of a deal?
I think so. If you want to play like good games, a D-pad's a big deal.
I mean, aren't D-pads like almost mandatory on all consoles now right now?
Yeah, exactly.
So like, saying it's a D-pad is like saying it's gonna come with an analog stick. Is it not? Or I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Maybe it does come with an analog stick.
I'm just crazy, but I don't know. I don't know. Only time will tell. I'm just gonna wait it out. I usually don't do too much of these like wild speculations, so I just wait it out.
Yeah. Alright. Moving right along because anyway.
Just in case.
Let's see. What else do we need to cover? Under the Dog.
Oh man, you mean that trailer that almost everyone forgot about 2 years ago and then now it's coming back?
See, I was going to back Under the Dog, but I didn't have the cash to at the time. Boy, am I glad. Boy, am I glad that I didn't back Under the Dog.
How come? I don't know anything about this project. I don't know anything.
Alright, so back...
Give me like bullet points.
Okay. 2014 was it?
Sure.
2014 or so. Late 2013 actually.
Whatever.
The guy behind Ghost of the Shell, the director of the movies, not the actual manga, Jiro Ishii comes out and is like, okay, so what I want to do is I want to create like my own sci-fi thing, but like no company will let me. I've been working on this since 1997.
AKA the main draw of almost every the Kickstarter campaigns.
Yeah.
Companies won't let me, but I still want to.
Talk to Koji Igarashi.
I want to be that one special guy with the special show.
See, I want to do my version.
And so he got a bunch of people together. He got Hiroyaki Ura, who's the main guy behind Creative Intelligence Arts, which is putting out Project Phoenix. He previously worked on the Diablo games. He previously worked on Haruhi Suzumiya.
Alright, we don't really need details. Just
okay.
What's going on with this project?
Basically? So, he got all these guys together, like, and they're like high-profile industry people.
Sure.
Project barely succeeds. It barely succeeds.
But it did succeed nonetheless.
Succeeds nonetheless.
Okay.
It's not a Little Witch Academia, but it was okay.
Okay.
Then silence. Radio silence for like about a year and a half or so. Which,
that's long.
which is like
If it was like a couple months, I'd understand.
Yeah.
like slow updates, but then after about 6 months or so, radio silence for about a year.
That's kind of
Because the Hiroaki Ura, which is why I brought him up, and Jiro Ishii, they had like creative disputes about the direction of where it was going. Jiro Ishii very much wanted to make it his vision. Like he seems like a Hideo Kojima type.
It's my way or the highway.
Yeah, exactly. And then Hiroaki Ura is trying to work with him, but they don't do it. So Hiroaki Ura actually splits ways.
Okay.
He does end up getting the production company. Like I believe it was Kinema Citrus who was working on it.
Sure.
And they end up keeping the money. Hiroaki Ura and like all the creative intelligence guys just walk. That's basically what happens, which makes sense because Project Phoenix is still not out.
Yeah.
Radio silence for about another year and a half.
Damn.
And about, I want to say, half a year ago, we finally started getting
Regular
updates. Or close to about, not really half a year, about almost a year ago, we started getting actual updates.
Sure.
And we're here now. And so, Under the Dog is going to do a world premiere at Otakon 2016, which is like...
Where is that?
2 weeks from now.
No, where is it?
Maine.
Oh.
No, not Maine, Maryland. So
Oh.
like, right in DC.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I think this is disgusting because you prolonged this Kickstarter thing for like ever, and you're not even giving the backers the first clip of it, like the first
they did?
slice.
I thought backers get it and then
No, they're
it's a
getting-
full premiere for everyone else.
They're getting it, but they're premiering it at Otakon.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought this premiere was like for everyone else who did.
No.
Just like normies who don't know it.
It's the same shit that happened with Mighty Number 9, where Keiji Inafune did he gave reviewers copies first before freaking the people behind who backed it.
Okay, I was silently laughing while he was trying to say my.
Anyways, fuck. Yeah, so I think it's kind of disgusting, but I'm willing to look past it, considering that apparently it's actually good.
No, this is what I say with most games, TV shows, bullshit, anything. I'm just gonna.
From what I've seen of it, it looks good. And
I'm just gonna
the
swap
concept, of course, is like Tokyo gets
Unless like the studio quote unquote drama actually has like full on effect on the show like they did with Sea Destiny. Unless you want to hear a 5-hour rant on that, it should be fine. Like as long as the product.
studio drama is like the worst. Like
It's so. Oh man.
and like it's so. Like, for example, my example of this is Mirror's Edge, because, like, if you remember Mirror's Edge's, like, development cycle, half the team was dedicated to making this a shooter, half the team was dedicated to making this a runner game.
Yeah.
Runner game wins with Callus bombs and gets bad reviews, so now it's going to go back to shooters.
Long story short, in Seed, one of the guys was basically, one character switched sides just because his Gundam wasn't selling. Even in an interview with the voice actor, he's like, I have no idea why they did it, but fuck it, why not?
Alright.
That's like the biggest one that always gets me.
Do you want a plot synopsis of Under the Dog? Do you know what?
Is it pretty much like Ghost in the Shell?
It's like the year's 2020. Like Tokyo gets
so
destroyed.
Futuristic.
Yeah, I know. Like, see, this was more interesting back in 2013 when this Kickstarter happened.
Why don't they just like change a line of dialogue?
Because like there's
like he's 60.
My favorite version of this is like Hokuto no Ken 1990X.
No, it's just like in Mega Man as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like in the original it's like 1990X, and then in Battle Network it's like 2000X, and then in Star Force I think it was like 20XDX.
Or alternatively, UC 0079.
There's some theories about what time that actually starts in it.
Well, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Anyways, not getting into that.
Regardless.
That's like really deep Gundam stuff.
Regardless, I like that.
Regardless.
All right, what's the word count?
So,
I want to say like 30 or 40.
yeah, I think it might be.
So, anyways, Ghost of the Shell, not Ghost of the Shell, Under the Dog is about like after like a bombing attack at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
Girl cop.
Yeah, Girl Cops,
Mhm.
Girl Cops Special Ops Unit,
Mm-hmm.
And that's your story.
All I know is that she wears a really cool hoodie and a hat combo.
Just the hoodie and the hat. Just the hoodie.
It's really cool. And
And
character
she has a gun and
designs.
shoots people. Bang, bang, bang.
Character designs are by what's his name, Yusuke Kozaki, who's you might know from No More Heroes, Fire Emblem Awakening, and Fates. Yeah, so good. And what's it called?
So then it's gonna be
And
really
Bubuki Buranki.
I need to watch that.
The music in Bubuki Buranki is like the sick techno shit. The rest of it is just trash. Like you don't actually.
So stay for the music.
Just, like if you want to do what I did and like watch the whole thing just for the music, I mean go
I did
ahead.
that with Alno, huh? And then I was like, let's just listen to the music.
Yeah.
Okay, real talk. Aldo Zero is my favorite Hiroyuki Sawano soundtrack.
Sure.
It is a good soundtrack.
Even though I hate it, it is pretty good.
Kill la Kill's soundtrack I think is the technical best because
Yeah.
in terms of being an actual soundtrack, not in terms of the music that I like, which is very subject to taste.
Right.
Yeah.
Kill la Kill soundtrack is
has some good
Just
background.
makes sense.
closer to what Eugene said. It just makes sense.
It
Like
just-
when you see a character enter on screen, you know exactly who
Which
that
is the
character
best
is.
part
It-
of the show.
Or when they're acting like another character or something of this.
Yeah.
sort
Like
happens.
when you hear Blumenkrans, you know exactly who's showing
And
up.
when it's
Yeah.
even when you hear it early on,
Here it
before you
comes.
see Ragyo and you see
You
like how
kinda
Satsuki acts like
know.
her, it's very foreshadowing.
Yeah, and like
Hello,
stuff
Dog,
with
let's
like
go to the bathroom.
Nui, and like you don't know exactly who Nui is
Like
when
the
you
But you
sound
get
start.
the feeling from her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that music very much
And
conveys
it
that.
feels a little like, you know, Senket's, he always says, oh, I have this feeling, I have a feeling about this and that. The feeling that he gets, you
Yeah,
feel through
that's
the
true.
music.
Yeah.
The music is like representative of his instincts. In a way.
Regardless.
Regardless.
I wasn't actually gonna say that. I was gonna say,
On another note,
God damn.
Furthermore.
furthermore.
God damn. Well, we were talking about crossovers, like as in like Megaton Musashi is like a mixed media project. So, we're looking. What I'm looking at is there's this thing called Hyperdimension Neptunia, right?
Yeah. Oh, I actually have the first game. I haven't.
His
I
hands
haven't.
up in the
I haven't
air.
played it.
Speaking of NX rumors and all that kind of shit. So, Hyperdimension
The
Neptunia.
NX is the Sega Neptunia.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That would actually rock.
Holy shit! Oh no! Okay, anyways, bad JoJo references aside. So, we've got this thing called, so Compile Heart is like, they've been teasing a game for a while, and me and Colin talked about this last week, and we were like, okay, I wonder what it could be. It seems like a crossover thing,
Yeah.
and what turns out to be is, it's a Hearthstone clone.
All right, moving
The
on.
way you say that is just so disappointed.
Okay, we don't hate Hearthstone. I don't think anyone of us here plays it, right?
I
Yeah,
play it.
I'll play it. That's my main. The only one of us who
So-
plays it is Colin.
Okay, so we don't hate it. Just don't know anything
I've
about it.
seen it, I just don't understand it.
It's like if Eugene wants to, it's gonna talk about Gundam. Like,
I can
you got
talk a little
nothing.
Yeah. Anyways, what I just wanted to say is that like it's just a stupid crossover between all of the Compile Heart shit. So like Hyperdimension Neptunia, Fairy Fencer app, which apparently someone's told me is really good, but
bit.
what else is there? Like Omega Quintet, Omega Labyrinth, just like every stupid anime, like jank anime game you can possibly
I
think
want to
of.
know Neptunia because of her dank ass memes.
Neptunia is so dank.
And going to the Nepchan and Nept it.
Nep Nep.
Yeah.
The name of this game is called Nep Nep Connect Chaos.
It sounds like something you like to play like a board game.
You just have Net and Neptunia and like Netgear just as a travel
Sounds like-
with Noir and
Yeah.
what's PS3's and PSP's name?
Huh?
What's PS3's
Noir,
and
Blanc,
Blanc's Wii.
Blanc's we
Variant is the Xbox.
I forget, Noir and like,
Someone else, I forgot. Man, we're gonna get so much hate mail for not knowing these characters.
oh, yeah, but like,
These
like
like
they'll be
don't
hate now.
even play Hearthstone.
It's like, how could they not know the names of these
Legendary Compile Heart characters. The treasured legacy. Anyways, moving right the fuck along. Speaking of crossovers, Final Fantasy Cross every mealtime, the crossover you all
so
wanted.
did they put Epic Mealtime in Final Fantasy, or
No, they brought the Epic Mealtime team to Japan, and what ended up happening was what?
They
Anyways,
put a chocobo inside of a chocobo inside of a chocobo to call it the Triple Deluxe Chocobo.
basically what happened was they wanted them to make like food from the games.
Which begs the question: what do they eat in those games?
It's true.
Because like I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasy, granted, but
I've seen
what
Yeah, I've seen.
do they eat in those games other than generic meat and bread?
Well, in Final Fantasy 15, they eat generic meat and bread.
Yeah, because like they actually show it, but like, what about like in I don't know any other games?
Dude, I can't tell
They
you.
eat rocks and material and ores.
I don't remember them eating.
Exactly, like
I thought they were just like too good for it.
unless they consume a mana.
Consume the energy of their enemies.
Anyways,
Hey, Rudy, come here. I want some.
so yeah, they just made food, and they made like high class beef Japanese. Like they made Japanese beef sandwiches. Is basically what they made.
So just
like
like
Kobe
bread.
beef.
Yeah, basically.
That's
So
pretty
still
good.
bread and meat.
So like, but did they have like a giant turkey and called it a chocobo though?
No.
Waste the potential.
Anyways, moving right along, I
Can you
guess.
imagine they actually put Epic Mealtime in Final Fantasy VII and there's like a huge mini game.
I want motion capture. Like
Harley just like, hey, what's up? Hey, oh, your name's Cloud? Alright, so you're gonna be on the lowest tier, highest tier's muscles classes. Now we're gonna teach you how to make all these food, and then you're gonna work out and become the best there ever was.
speaking of
I would play
RPGs,
that.
so me and Colin, this article was mainly for Colin. Me and Colin both like Studio Gust. I know you two know nothing about Studio Gust.
No.
It was just like a gust over your
I
head.
just exactly. It just goes like a gust over it.
Just, wait, what's that? Is that a Populi?
It looks like some Gust. Anyway, so Gust is a Japanese JRPG developer. They make the Atelier games and they make the Arcanas games, which are really good. You
More
should try them
gusts
out.
over our heads.
Anyways,
Breeze.
so they
Again,
announced.
like Hearthstone, we don't hate any of these, just don't know anything
We
about
just
it.
don't know.
To be fair, I also don't know a lot, but what I do know is they're really good. Like
Alright.
What's all you
One
have?
thing
My
that-
persona!
one thing that me and Colin have talked about is one of the directors on those games. He has invented 4 different like fake languages that you can actually speak.
That's actually really cool when people do that.
Like and it's not like Klingon where it uses like English grammar rules.
Or is it Charlie?
Where instead they have like there are
Actual grammar and
actual grammar.
pronunciation for
So the
different
way you structure a sentence in one of the languages is type 1 emotion words, type 2 emotion words, type 3 emotion words,
Damn, that's
verb,
You had a
object,
lot of spare
object,
time.
participle, subject.
Yeah, that
You
takes
had
a
a
lot.
lot of spare time.
Yeah.
Anyways, the mic cut out. What I was gonna say is that they're launching like a teaser website for a new game, and they've been teasing like a Shonen Jump crossover for the longest time, or like
Oh my-
so we might get our Naruto RPG finally.
No, I want my Jojo RPG.
I don't know. I don't know. Too.
Level up stands like
Um,
you do in Final Fantasy VI.
Dude, yo,
I think that'll be a level.
yo,
You know what
yo.
I'm talking about, right?
So, for context, they put out a survey like a while ago, and basically it was in English and a Japanese survey.
Ramu, Chaos, Shiva.
And basically what it was okay, name your favorite anime ever, and just submit. My favorite kind of crossover thing. So I of course put down Gate and Jojo. So maybe it might happen.
I want.
Psychopath's favorite. Whatever.
Yeah, and they had like the actual options to like you can click like from it was more of a multiple choice thing also where they had like
Yeah.
Naruto, Fairy Tail, One Punch Man.
So like the
I
classic.
want.
generic-
Okay, now because I said I really want a Final Fantasy S game where they have summons as stands where like they just do poses and the summons just come over them. Like Ramu just stands there if it's ready to.
So just a JoJo.
Exactly.
Just a JoJo.
Like okay, have you played Final Fantasy VI? No. You can equip certain summons to certain characters, and then they can get like spells from them. So then you equip the summons on their characters, and you can level them up. And then just imagine you can just equip them, and they just stand there right beside you.
Hey,
Just a JoJo,
exactly.
hey, speaking of JoJo, we've got one more news article.
All right.
So this one's a little bit of a deep cut. I know you've just talked about how you play Persona. You started playing Persona.
like in comparison, I barely.
You barely got. You're not as deep as me and Colin.
Yeah.
You looked at it.
Yeah. I just looked over the fence, looking at all the girls.
Alright, so Persona 5, this is a kind of deep cut, but they're talking about mechanics and that kind of stuff in like interviews.
You get to summon the personas and do the attacks, right? That's
it.
That's all I know.
So they're talking about S-linking, which is, of course, when...
The only reason to make friends.
Yeah, S-linking is basically friendship simulator.
Hey guy, you play video games all day? You don't know how to make friends? Well, here it is.
I still don't think that will help people though.
Shh, it totally works.
So yeah,
they're walking around and you make friends, X, pressing X.
Yes.
So in Persona 5, the S-linking system is a slight bit different, whereas S-linking now actually has more to do with like actual things that you can actually do in game. Like there's
have sex with an S-link max.
Well, that's what happens in Persona 4 and 3. I mean,
buy her food. S-links in the mindset.
Yeah, I want to start playing this game.
You know, you can have sex. I mean, come on, it's a Japanese anime as a game. Come on.
you gotta
have you not seen School Days?
fuck school days.
Fuck school days.
It's so bad.
Fuck school
Anyways, so like there's besides like banging chicks and like leveling up your personas, there are actually different benefits to like.
I mean, all Aaron has to do is just wear glasses, and he can really be the main character of Persona 5.
You mean a mask?
Huh? I mean that, you know.
But anyway, so
there goes his costume idea.
Dude, I that's what I did for Halloween. Eugene saw me.
That's Persona 5. I
tried to ignore
you.
you.
No, I did Persona 5 as well.
Wow.
Anyways, so
you're gonna do the girl next?
Yeah.
That tight red bikers.
That's why he's leaving his hair long.
Yeah. Anyway, so Persona 5 is reintroducing a mechanic from Persona 4
and
Golden.
Colin's gonna be his stand. I mean Persona.
God damn it! I'm trying to get through this. All right. So, Vox Populi. If you don't know what that is from Persona 4 Golden, that is basically like, you know how community threads work in Dark Souls, where it's like everyone just spoiling everything for everyone.
Getting
and like telling people what to do.
Yeah.
It's basically that.
Hug these enemies.
Yeah. So it'll give you like Vox Populi, of course, means voice of the people.
Yeah.
So it'll tell everyone what did you do on this
point of the
specific.
game where Bioshock Infinite became worse.
So basically, it tells people like what
to do and not do.
Basically like what everyone did, and it's based on like a percentage.
Oh.
So like you know how Catherine has the 70% of people said this or 50%.
Is that what Telltale does as well?
Yeah, Telltale does it as well. But like these are the examples because like
or for actual.
Because no, I mean like Atlas,
yeah,
very specifically. So yeah, that mechanic is actually coming back, which is interesting. In regards to like the actual S-linking and the actual benefits of it now, Demon Negotiation is returning. I know this is super technical, and you can just zone out if you need to.
From what I read, isn't that from SMT where you talk, or MT, where you just talk to demons and if you say the right things, they can be your friends and...
Yeah, so basically that's how you acquire...
Okay, you've told me
Man, what other games did that? I wonder, Eugene, is that sure to telling us anything what other games that use that mechanic? I don't know.
It must be a really popular one.
So weird.
I wish Persona was as
I would
big as
actually laugh so hard. I would laugh so hard when that mechanic is in Persona 5. It's like, I just stole that thing from Undertale.
Oh my god, fuck those people up.
Can you imagine
I think it would get very popular for that reason though, just because.
Yeah, like can you imagine?
All the people still want to play Undertale again and just too much of a person to play the Genocide route like I was.
Dude,
just
those experiences, man.
So
and you're basically saying you don't want to fight the best boss in the game. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, because they're also like you just can. I don't want to spoil anything for people.
Okay,
but you can't kill.
Dude, I have to get through this. Okay, I know this is like super technical, but please give me this. So
I'll give you everything you want, Aaron.
Anyway, so like buying better equipment is now linked to S-linking, for instance. And
so if you wear like a stripper outfit, the girl will like you better or something?
No. Basically, hanging out with the blacksmith, or in this case, the arms dealer. Hanging out with the arms dealer gives you access to better guns.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
Dude, okay, so when I was playing Persona 3, like, the one that gets me the most is when this police officer is just...
Here, give me a gun!
No, it's like, it's handing you these, like, claymores, katanas, and bows to teenagers. Like, that's the point where I'm like, what the fuck kind of Japan is this?
He's giving them out so that we can come back 5 minutes later and get a nice Christmas bonus, you know?
And like, as I said, I was trying to get to earlier, like, negotiations are coming back, and S-linking is now tied to negotiations.
Yeah, I want an Undertale ripoff.
Fuck you.
What's wrong? Got triggered?
God
When I
damn.
shower, I get triggered.
And yeah, there's actual benefits this time around besides like just leveling up your personas and making your personas better.
So it's more like real life in a way. You just gotta know the right people.
You know the right people, you get more shit. And they
you can't just like link up with everyone though. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming you can't have to choose between.
So
Girl A or Girl B? What do I choose?
and so they've been talking about like what tarot cards each one like you know what this like tarot cards and how everything like links up, right?
Right.
So what do you call it? They're talking about like party member tarot cards. So like the main character is
the fool.
Obviously.
Isn't that what all the main characters?
Yeah. Guess who magician is?
Huh? Isn't that like the best friend or like the friend who doesn't fight but like the kind of loser?
So in the previous games it was Junpei and Yosuke, right?
Huh? The magician, no, it's like that the friend who wanted to beg teacher.
No, sorry. I'm saying Junpei and Yosuke because Junpei occupies the same spot as that character.
Yeah.
But you're thinking of Kenpei or whatever his name
Yeah, the
is?
guy wanted to bang the teacher.
Yeah, the guy who wants to bang the teacher.
That's Japan for you.
But in Persona 5, the magician is the cat.
That's pretty funny.
The best friend character is Chariot, which is Chie in Persona 4. I don't know if you know who Chie is.
I know that. And that tomboy girl who wears like that green sweater and
that one.
And like there's like the 50-50 split of the war.
Yeah, the waifu war.
Yeah.
Makoto is High Priestess, which is the girl on the motorbike. Normally Motorbike Chan would correspond to like Yukiko, who's like people call her worst girl in Persona 4. I like her. And Fuka, who is actually worst girl in Persona 3. She's boring.
She's just boring, man. Like there's nothing about her. She's just boring. That counts.
She's just there.
Yeah.
Haru, which is the girl with the
Glasses.
the weird haircut with like the curls.
Yeah.
She's Empress, which is Mitsuru's.
Wait, she's the one. Does she have red hair?
She has brownish hair.
Okay, never mind.
Mitsuru has red hair.
Yeah.
Futaba is Hermit, obviously, because she's the NEET.
Whoa. They actually named her character name Futaba?
Futaba is the Glasses Chan, Splatoon Chan.
Oh, that's kind of funny. You know why? 2chan is also called Futabu.
That might be because like I know like some people like to make references.
A lot of people do. Like a lot of like these Japanese games that like have the internet to always reference to like message boards like 2chan or Futabu or what version of the site you want to call it.
Yeah. Yusuke, which is the fox guy with the katana, he corresponds to Akihiko and Kanji. So like Emperor. And what's his blonde girl with twin tails and is Yukari / Rise.
Yep.
So like Lover's Arcana. So yeah, just like a super technical thing that I need to get out of the way. We're done. So we'll be back with the final segment of the talk. Wow, we're at 2 hours.
Yes!
We did it!
Alright.
And what did I say before this podcast started?
We're still not even at the final part.
Settle transition.
Masturbating, they're all like supportive.
So I just started recording and you just said that?
Alright! So our mic just cut out again.
No, I'm keeping that in. Fuck you.
Hey, you're talking about Haku those. I've heard of those ones. Those are pretty funny. It's like all a bunch of dudes. They're just like, yeah, you can do this, bro. It's been 3 days. And I've still been stockpiling all this hammer. It's the funniest thing.
Just everywhere.
It's so
all over my Figmas.
You don't want to look at it though, because like,
you just can't help but to just look. You
can't
look away.
No, you laugh at it. You just don't search it up. That's it.
Alright, so let's just see. So this is we call this active time pitch.
Okay.
Where basically I come up with questions. So it's basically an improv style game where me and Colin just brainstorm a bunch of stupid shit.
Alright.
For instance, last week the questions were that we came up with: what kind of like theme restaurant for a video game would you want?
Dark Souls. 50-50 chance it's a mimic.
Just go walk into the restaurant and you just instantly die?
No. Every participant gets 3 Estus flasks, and they need to choose from, and then they have to choose from a variety of plates. If you pick the wrong one,
You
it's
just
a
die.
mimic, and your hand gets bitten, and you need to drink an Estus flask.
No, we came up with like the stray sheep from Catherine and like Atelier, like actually eating at the Atelier cafe or whatever. But anyways, so yeah, we come up with brainstorm like questions, or rather, I come up with the brainstorm questions.
Uh-huh.
You guys have to answer them.
Alright, let's do this.
All right, question 1 that I have is so. Sorry, I should probably mention these are based off of the podcast articles.
Whatever.
It would make sense.
So, of course, Berserk Warriors is being delayed for a month in Japan, and this is mainly because of quality control issues. So, pick one game that you could like delay by however long as you want
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason you want.
Persona.
Why?
Just to spite you!
Just to spite you. I love seeing you rant about how.
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say Persona 5 just to spite you.
Fuck you guys.
Like, is it new games or like
Any game. It could be an old.
Okay, so
I want to delay The Last Guardian.
my legit answer will be Dark Souls 2, because even though I like that game, if more time was spent on it, it would have been easily as on par with 1.
Yeah.
As example, the DLCs were pretty good, but like just the things, like it's just things they could have just changed, just like better level layout, better quality control, and the retarded fire mountain on top of a windmill.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that because I was gonna say Dark Souls 2. I was like, it looks kind of like shit.
Like
Okay, I've
I've
got 2 answers.
yeah.
Well, one of them has to
Persona
be
5.
one of them has to be my legit answer. The legit, well, both of them are pretty legit. First one, Star Wars Battlefront. Straight up, that seems.
I'm not into.
It's the one. It's
The
the
new
one.
one.
That mechanic when like you can turn into Darth Vader every now. Yeah.
Like, cause it's a multiplayer only game, and
That one they should have done.
and for a similar reason, I say Street Fighter 5 as well, because there's 0 content in Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, but the Star Wars one.
Oh, at launch. Okay.
The Star Wars one was just a piece of shit, though. Let's be real. Like they were just so weird and out there. I don't know. They could have done something a lot. They're trying to like make 3 different games at once.
Something about it. Like I wish there were just like more things. Like I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, but it's kind of awkward. Even on a mechanic where you can turn into Darth Vader, it's so random and awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not fair if you like. There's gonna be that one person, more than one person who never gets it. And that one person who always gets it. And it's so poorly designed. It just
Similarly, actually, not you, because I thought about Star Wars Battlefront.
it looks really bad too. Just
Titanfall.
Looks weird.
Titanfall would have been better if they took the time to do a PS4 port and it took the time to do a story.
I wanted a story so bad. I just wanted to be the main character in a story where I get to control giant robots. Like
I thought that was okay, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that bad.
dude, you know the trailer where they had like your AI as your robot?
For Titanfall 2?
Yeah. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be just like Gundam Sentinel.
Yeah. What's Gundam Sentinel?
Sentinel, no spoilers, not gonna spoil anything, but basically, your main character.
Okay, you saying stop like tapping your foot like down like that? I've seen like pips on the microphone.
Whoops. Basically in Gundam Sentinel, the main Gundam S or Extreme
Yeah.
S,
Extreme S.
yeah, I think that's what it's called. The main character sucks shit at piloting, so they have an AI to help it, named Alice.
Oh, what's the Ada? Is it Ada and Zoe?
Yeah,
That's what it makes me think of.
yeah. Like first I thought of Sentinel, and then at the same time I was like, oh, it's gonna be on the end. It's a good Sentinel.
Dude, I would pay for like a first-person shooter in Zone of the Enders world, where you're taking down like Jehuti and like.
Jenny gone rogue with Ada.
Oh no! You have to fight Jehuti first, and Ada's rogue. You take down Ada, get in Jehuti.
And then you fight
Anubis.
No, you are Anubis, and you have to
Oh.
fight Jenny who's gone rogue.
Okay.
Man, just these boners for skyrocketing.
Yeah, I'd also want to delay The Last Guardian.
And delayed, dude.
Shenmue 3 as well.
I have nothing against Shenmue, so fuck it.
No, I'm just saying these things just for like troll questions. Alright, moving right along. Wow, we went through that one faster than I expected. So, Nisekoi and Bleach are both ending.
Yep.
Next issue is Shonen Jump.
Yep.
Pick a series, if it's an anime or whatever. Pick a series to just straight up end.
Berserk.
Fairy Tail.
Berserk.
Because as much as I love Berserk, it needs to end, man. It needs.
I would be happy if like Guts just straight up died next issue.
I'd be happy if Guts just straight up saved Casca and just stayed on that elf island forever. I don't care. Just end it, please.
Because Berserk is the problem with Berserk is that it's been going on for too long.
Yeah, and not enough volumes to make up for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you guys read this one. What's it called? I told you this one about it. The one with like the little kid who's an elf and he has like the black sword. I think you read it too. Ubel Blatt.
Ubel Blatt. You talked to me about before.
The thing about it is that it's fairly new and like it's still like midway through the thing. But
how do you spell that again? I just want to look it up.
Ubelblat. I think.
Okay, Ubel Blatt.
So it's pretty old now, and there's some
Really, how old?
2004.
2000. Yeah, it's
That old.
it's pretty old though when you think about like
I guess.
It's
Wait, is
kinda
it like a weekly thing?
no like a couple months.
Holy crap! This is published by Square Enix. This is.
It's
Yeah, they
the thing is
publish a lot
like
of stuff.
I
Yeah, I
feel
know.
like they're trying to drag it out, so not necessarily to end now, but just like sooner, because you get that kind of vibe that they're gonna try to
No.
just like drag it out, redo the same kind of fights over and over again. It's the same characters, they have the same meetups already. It's like by the sixth time there's like this Knights Guild that you meet with. Like the only difference is that I don't want to spoil anything, like just who the knights are following kind of changes, but
You just wish it was faster.
yeah, you get the same things. You wish it was faster. Faster.
Alright. I think there's not much to talk about Berserk because
Yeah.
the reasons are obvious and your reasons seem to be a bit similar. Alright. So I think
It's a lot like Berserk though, except you don't just randomly fuck girls that turn into.
Whoa, man. We don't talk about our interests.
randomly fucking girls. What?
They just like turn into demons.
Yeah.
It's-
Do you remember like in the opening panel of Berserk?
Lots of other
Dude,
things
he's just railroading a girl and turns into a monster.
You know Conan the Barbarian? That's the name.
That's what happens.
That's exactly what I
that's
thought.
happens.
I'm like, is it just like another?
Is Conan older or younger than Berserk?
I want to say it's old.
I want to say it's older too.
Because the book is ancient.
The book is ancient.
And
I'm not sure about
the movie. That was like Arnold Schwarzenegger's
one of the first
roles.
So that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Also, things that I would pick to end are Orishira. Have you guys watched Orishira?
Nope.
Okay. No, it's a similar
Give
set.
us a TLDR.
Similar setup to Nisekoi, only the reason why that they're together is that the girl is blackmailing him with his Chunibyo tendencies that he wrote down in his diary.
Yes.
And the reason
Blackmail
why,
is the best.
and the reason why, and I'll show you this like right after the podcast, I swear to God. The reason why you watch this is because said girl not only acts like Dio in terms of tears of shitbaggery, she emulates all of Jojo.
So she's your perfect match.
Tell me, how many breads have you eaten that equates to how many times you cried?
Okay, minor spoilers for Orishira.
Sure, why not?
Ada, who's the main male character, and her are walking home one day, and then and they're trying to fake the relationship, and Ada's like acting all like, I don't really want to be with you, and then she's like, oh, I so love you, but I really don't care about you because the only reason I'm in this relationship is so that guys don't keep trying to hit on me, and that's why I'm blackmailing you or whatever. So, anyways,
Does she just have like no friends? That's what I wanted.
no, she's just an asshole like all around.
Right.
But what ends up happening is, hey, your childhood friend, she's never kissed you, has she? And Ada's like, no, she hasn't.
Childhood
And
friend,
so,
We know who's gonna lose.
we know who's gonna lose.
and so, she
It's
kisses Eita on the lips, and it's like, so now Chiwa was never your first kiss, but it was actually me, Masuzu.
Oh my god.
And then,
That's such a ripoff.
and then
Actually,
Eita is
Like
like,
she do this as well.
Dude, does she do a pose and like it goes under?
No.
Does it pan underneath her? Or?
so what happens is Ada is like, wait, what just happened? Why did you do all that? That felt so awkward to me. And she's like, so how did you like it? And then It was like, what? I said, how do you like it? And it was like, I don't know what you're talking about. My interpretation of that one scene in part 1 of Jojo, Phantom Blood.
Oh my god.
And then she sees a puddle and she says, now go drink the puddle water.
This is like Akiba Ranger levels of like how on the nose the references are.
This is actually.
See, like that's the point where it's like it's too on the nose.
I
where
think it's
like
too S&M for me though.
No, but like Masazu, like aside from that one joke, like they talk about Jojo, like actually, like Masazu's like to Chiwa, who's the childhood friend, you should really read Diamond is Unbreakable. That's how you become popular.
No, it's Diamond is not Crash. Come on. Do they? Please tell me they eat.
I am the fucking strong.
Please tell me they eat spaghetti together.
They do not eat spaghetti together.
Damn it.
Not yet. Probably.
What do you call it? And her
No. If they ever do eat a plate spaghetti, they should do the do 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 sound effect.
They do use Jojo Onomatopoeia all over the place.
Jesus Christ. Alright, so
yeah. I guess this is the end of the Otaku Bubble Talk
Wait, that's
Show.
only like 2 questions?
Yeah, we always do 2 questions.
Oh, okay.
Usually we go long because we just like derail ourselves constantly.
Right.
That's the way it works.
Alright.
I guess you guys want to plug anything?
I don't know, I like video games.
I also like the video games.
I know,
Some
right?
Banjo games.
Although,
I think
okay,
it was not
and
a good-
people, if you don't know, if you actually do watch Gundam and care, we should do a war between Island Wars and season 2 of Blood Orphan to see which one's the better show and shit talk about the other ones, because they're both releasing on almost the same time.
Well, Island Wars is actually in August, whereas IBO season 2 is actually in September.
I know, but like that's like 1 month away from each other.
I guess. Yeah. Alright, so I usually say
Island Wars is clearly the superior one.
So usually I would say this is Aaron signing off, and then Colin would say this is Colin logging out.
This is you saying jacking off.
So this is Aaron signing off.
This is you saying jacking off.
This is Eugene putting his fist in his.
I expected you to go like
Just like face palming.
to be like a Gundam pilot and be like Jisen ikimasu.
Nah, man, it's too on the nose. And
Camille, let's do it.
Besides, I love Battle Network too much.
Alright, I'll do
Where
it.
kids are just
This
jacking
is this is Eugene posing out.
Posing out.
Well, we're on the topic of JoJo.
What a beautiful Dwayne.
Oh man.